Alright, so what I want to do is I want to show you that whenever you pick up a firearm, whenever for the first time you pick up a firearm, keep your finger off the trigger, point this in a safe direction, make sure it's not pointing at anybody or any living thing that you don't want to kill. What you're going to do, in order to check to see if it has a round in it, you're going to pull back on the slide a little. You can see right in there, you can see the rounds in there. Okay? Now in order to clear that round out, what you're going to do is pull back quick on the slide, and the round pops out. Alright, so the release on your pistol is down here at the bottom. You go ahead and push this way, the heel, and the magazine will come out. Okay. With this particular grip, you push on the mag release, and it'll come out. So this makes it more the modern version. And this is the European way that they'll go ahead and release it. This is the Fab Defense grip right here. It's a worthy investment. It's a really nice grip. It's a worthy investment. All right. So just to try to make something clear, I want to make sure that you know that the pistol will shoot whatever round it states on the slide. It should say it somewhere, 9x18. 9x18 is this round. And then there's a 9x17, which is this round. This round is a 9x17. It's also known as a 380 or the Kurtz round. This will not work with this gun. This is not the same thing. So if you say, you don't want 380, if it doesn't say 380, you want about 9x18. Now this is something I need you to understand. The Makarov is made in such a way that it'll take a 380 round, this is the magazine, or it takes a 9x17. The magazine can hold both kinds of ammunition, but the pistol can only fire the ammunition that's intended for it, okay? So that's very important. All right, now. Okay, so this is super important. I want you to try to understand what I'm doing here. All right, I'm gonna put one round in here. And what you do is when you want to go to the range, you're going to put 8 rounds in here, okay? And what you do to first shoot is you have it loaded with 8 rounds. You're going to put the magazine in the well. And while you're at the range, you're going to point the gun down range. What you're going to do is you're going to pull back on the slide, and then you're going to let go, like this. Okay, and you notice the hammer is cocked, it's back, okay? And if you pull the trigger, the gun's going to shoot. Now, this locked when I pulled it back, that's because on the magazine, there's this little follower here, and once it reaches the top, it doesn't have a round in it anymore. It interacts with this piece right here, and it keeps your firearm in the open position. Okay, so I hope that helps. It's sort of this has a dual purpose. This is pushes the springs, push the round up into the chamber. And I guess it would be the follower tab. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the name of this is, but this serves a dual purpose so that when the end of the magazine, when the magazine is completely empty of rounds, it'll automatically lock this open so it stays open for you, so you know you've already shot everything that you have in the magazine. Okay, so you can also just pull, you know, people say don't do this, but you can put another magazine in, and then that magazine will be sticking up at the top. You just push that down, it'll go ahead and chamber the round, and then you'll be ready to fire downrange. Okay. All right, so I'm going to talk to you about cleaning your Makarov. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the magazine out, and then you're going to pull back on the slide a little, and you see things in there, everything's fine, nothing's there. You're gonna grip this, and you're gonna push this towards the rear. This is how you're gonna take this slide off. You're gonna push it towards the rear. You're gonna lift up. You're going to pull down the trigger guard, let it rest on the bottom of the frame. You're going to grip this, and you're gonna push this way, and then lift up at the same time. So you kind of hold on to it, and then the slide comes off, and then this is the spring. Remember which way the spring is, because it's going to go back on the same way. The tighter side goes on first. If you put it on and it's loose, that's not the right way. You're going to put the tighter side goes on first, okay? And this is basically it. You can now clean, for the most part, whatever you have to clean without going into full detail. I haven't cleaned this in a really long time, so I could see that it's pretty fouled up. So I'm gonna clean this, and you can watch me, all right? Alright, so what I have here is some simple green in this container of water, and I've got a Q-tip, and all I'm going to do is the most interesting thing about this pistol is that it's got, I'd say it's got like maybe a total of 30 parts. And of those 30 parts, 26 of them are the gun, and then 4 of them are magazine. And of the 26 parts, there's only about, I think, 12 or 13 of them that move. The genius of the design of this pistol is kind of amazing. So take care of what you got. It's gone up in value as well. I think they're going for at least $325 right now. Back towards me. This pistol I have right here is the Bulgarian version of the Makarov. There are at least 5 There are Chinese, Russian, Bulgarian, East German. And then within the Russian, there are commercial versions, and the commercial versions have a sporterized rear sight, and the military versions of the Russian pistol have a sight just like this right here. Just small sight, just like that. The Russian versions with this sight are very valuable. The Chinese versions with this sight are also very valuable. The commercial version of the Chinese has small screws for wind adjustment. Makes it the commercial version. It's a pretty smart move the way they designed it. So Simple Green is a non-toxic, it doesn't smell at all. So you can use this indoors, it won't be a problem. When we get to another part of cleaning this, you might run into a little bit of an odor. So do this where there's some ventilation. It's the hops, it's this stuff right here. Now, all the stuff that's in here, it can all be taken apart, it can all be disassembled, and it can all be reassembled. And it takes a little bit of doing, but once you do it once or twice, you'll get it, you'll understand, and you'll be comfortable doing it. So it's just doing it once or twice. Yeah, you're gonna try and clean your magazine well. It's also it's really important. Try to do that. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there that's going to say don't use paper towels, but use some nice cloths. Use something that's lint-free. You know, it's this. Look, we've had this discussion. It's a pistol that was made so that the average Russian peasant could fix it, work with it, use it, clean it, carry it. It was a very minimalistic type weapon. I mean, its simplicity is a marvel of design. The barrel is pinned to the frame. This barrel, this moves, this could slide out of this right here. And there's a pin right there that you can see. This pin, that pin is punched out. You can then replace this barrel if you needed to. This will be completely stripped, and then you'd be able to do that. I'm probably going to do a serious breakdown one of these days here on this. There's also something known as polishing the barrel, which is right here, this portion. And you can actually take an eraser and you can just gently go back and forth and keep doing that, and it'll smooth the barrel out, because your bullets, the rounds rest right about here, and then they will go in to the chamber. Okay. And if this portion is smoothed out, it makes it easier for hollow points to go in, and those are self-defense kind of rounds that you might want to take advantage of whenever you want to, buy some ammo. Okay, this is your main spring right here. And I'm pretty sure this is a 21-pound wolf spring that I have on here that I purchased a long time ago, and it's a heavier spring, so it can help with, I think there's either 17-pound springs or 21-pound springs, and this is a 21-pound spring. So alright, so I'm going to clean the bore, and I will try to do that with you. So when you have a kit, you'd use this tip if things are really fouled up very bad, or your pistol's been sitting for a while, which yours has actually. So I think what I'm going to do is push it through. Okay. And then you're going to remove it. Remove. And pull it out. You want to put this through in one direction. Okay. This has a little bit of an odor to it, so the family may object if you're doing it in the living room or something. So I know that's not going to happen, but all right. So the idea is to take this, put it through. And now I'm going to do is and this is going to go through as many times as it needs to. Here goes the AC. Until it comes out clean. That's pretty clean right there. One more. These are called patches right here. Make sure. Nope. Still got some dirt on there somewhere. This is the cleaning rod that comes usually with a Makarov. And how that works is very similar. Okay, looking good. Alright, so now here is something that I'm trying for the first time. I'm going to try and put a little bit of oil right in here, right in here. Obviously none is coming out. If you've got a little flashlight, you can look into your barrel and see if it's clean. It looks pretty clean. Alright, small side. And Alright, so what am I going to put on here? It just doesn't need a lot. I mean, it just doesn't need a lot of oil at all. I had somebody else on a video say, you know what, you can just take this oil and actually use it. And then clean the parts off. Good to go. Okay. When you want to put your pistol back together, always make sure that this trigger guard is down. You'll end up never getting it on. All right, so I really hope this helped you. That's a simple breakdown, and that slide feels pretty good on there. All right, so the safety is right here, and you should see red for fire. It should be a red dot right there. You push this up and it blocks the hammer from hitting the firing pin. Okay? Let's go over that real fast. No. Well, I can't do anything. Why? Because safety's on. I can't move the slide back at all. Okay. So the firing pin is in here. This is safety right here, and it goes up to where it was to safe, and then goes over. So the safety also holds. The safety acts as three different things actually. It blocks the firing pin, which this is a firing pin right here. And firing pin can only go in one way. And firing pin is supposed to be loose in here. So you don't want to put any oil in here at all. Okay. Stovepipe cleaners work very well. You just go to like a dollar store and you get stovepipe cleaner. I actually have some, I just don't know where they are. Again, it's for the second time that I'm doing this. There is a little spring right here on your safety. Just so you know. Alrighty, with all that shit all over the place here, this is finally done. That was close enough.